This story is crazy. It has government overreach, religious rights, vaccinations. It's crazy. Right now, we are asking the question. Is California looking after their youngest population, or are they protecting the bottom line of Big Pharma? There's a law out there, SB 277, a proposed California bill that will remove all personal belief exemptions to vaccines and prevent children from attending school unless they are fully vaccinated. And I want to make a disclaimer, I'm in no way, shape, or form condoning or endorsing not vaccinating your kids. I think that's wrong. I think you should vaccinate your kids. That's why we've eradicated so many diseases in this world, Nick. But I don't jive with the government trying to make anything mandatory that is not proving 100% risk-free. If they're gonna force you to vaccinate your kids, no matter what, not even with the last two exemptions that the people that wanted not to vaccinate their kids had to be protected to the law, now they're trying to take them away, so we have no say if we want our kids vaccinated or not at all, regardless of our religious rights or beliefs.
And I would have to agree with you on everything that you said. I do believe that vaccinating is necessary and you should do it, but it gets a little tricky here. It's a really fine line here between someone telling you what to do and you having the choice, because look, I know that the whole autism thing linked to vaccinations has been debunked, right? And that was one thing that turned a lot of people off from these vaccinations. But now that we know that it's not true, it's still kind of like we don't know about other side effects, right? There could be some other things that we don't know about. So the fact that you're forced to do it is kind of iffy, because I'm not a parent, so I don't really know what that would be like to have to make that decision. But at the same time, you should have your vaccinations if you're engaging with other kids every day at school, and it's tricky.
The law stands right now is that every kid needs to be vaccinated to go to school. You have to have your full schedule of vaccinations up to date before you attend the first day to any public school. But there's two provisions right now that allow people, but on base of religious right, to say, I can't vaccinate my kid because my religion does not approve of it. They are saying, and there are others that they're not necessarily against vaccinations, they're against the government taking away personal liberties. Mm-hmm. They're saying, and their main thing is, if there's a risk, there must be a choice. You can't tell me these vaccinations are 100% sure. I need to know if they're 100% sure before I do anything, or before you force me to do anything. But they can't. What they can do, though, is when they pass this law, they make you have your kids vaccinated. If you don't vaccinate your kids after 10 days, they kick your kid out of school. And then you're in trouble, because then in California, we have compulsory school laws that immediately when a kid in between 6 and 18 is not at school during school hours, the parents are responsible and they are gonna face a crime for not taking their kids to school. So there's an aspect of this story that is a little bit concerning. And it's the fact that there was a public hearing for this law, the SB 277, back on April 15, 2 weeks ago, not that much. 53 individuals came and say, we support the bill. Mm-hmm. 753 came out and say, we do not support. The vote was suspended that day. The vote was scheduled to happen that day. Suddenly, a week later, the vote is taken and the bill passes 7 votes to 2. And everybody's like, how in the world you're not listening to this overwhelming majority that's saying, we don't agree with this law? Some are saying that Big Pharma influence has something to do with it, because some of these senators in the past have received donations from Big Pharma in relationship of other mandatory vaccination laws that are already in effect here in California. It's scary to think that lawmakers are siding up with Big Pharma to make a way to push product with no reservations.
Not surprising at all. I mean, we have this crazy, complicated entanglement of these big companies having an interest in it, and it gets all intertwined with the law and political BS, and it just makes this big mess, and it's just so damn complicated. And we have issues like this that we're talking about because of these companies that have their own interests and they want to push certain things, even if it means compromising people's freedoms and liberties and all these things. They obviously don't have much regard for those types of things.
I agree. If you think that this is not about vaccination, this is not a debate about vaccination, this is a debate about personal liberties and the fight to keep them before they take all of them away one by one, little by little. Let us know what you think in the comments, and if you haven't, please subscribe to the Lip TV 2.